Welcome to my very first top 10 video. This will be the top 10 overrated games of all time. For anyone who has watched my content in the past year, you will definitely be familiar with some of these selections. Before I start off the list, there are a few rules. In order to prevent this list containing only Mario and Zelda games, I decided to include only one game per franchise. However, since a single series is similar, this will not become an issue. Secondly, while there are overrated games I believe to be bad, there are a few good ones. I will indicate this throughout the video. Without further ado, let's kick off this list. Number 10 goes to a game I do not necessarily find to be bad. Sonic Generations was released in November of 2011 and is a fan favorite game primarily because of the huge nostalgia trip people go through. While I do find the redesign of the stages included to be great, I found the 2D implemented into the modern stages to be tedious, as the classic stages was dedicated to 2D. Some fans said this game is the best modern Sonic game ever, so that is why this game is overrated. Number 9 is Battlefield 3. This is another good shooter that I enjoyed, but I found it to be extremely overrated. This game attracted PC fanboys attacking anybody who played the game on PS3 or Xbox. Not to mention the unnecessary act of making 64 players a PC exclusive feature, as it has been proven that consoles are more than capable of holding 64 players as shown in the 256-player FPS game mag. Oh, and not to mention the constant release of DLC, which should be part of the actual game and is overpriced. Number 8 is a game that I admit I did not fairly criticize. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim is a stellar game. However, it is not worth all of the praise it has received. The PS3 edition received a large amount of bugs and glitches, but everyone seemed to ignore that fact. Also, the previous installments of the Elder Scrolls series are overshadowed by this game for some strange reason. Morrowind revolutionized and Oblivion allows you to do so much more. Number 7 is not a real game, but it is treated like one. Angry Birds is a mobile game with simple gameplay that is not unique in the slightest. This idea has been shown in old CartoonNetwork.com/games, but due to the recent iPhone craze, Angry Birds has turned into a franchise. Number 6 is GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64. Sure, if this was 1997 the game would not make this list, but today, in 2013, people treat this game like the best shooter on the market. By today's standards, the game is crap. So stop writing comments that this game kicks the shit out of Call of Duty and Battlefield. Number 5 is Mario Kart 64. Although the Super Nintendo Mario Kart is overrated itself, Mario Kart 64 is the reason why modern abominations such as Mario Kart Wii and the 3DS version. No skill is required for this game. Just collect random power-ups and cheat your way through the track. Number 4 is a game that I mentioned almost a year ago and got a good amount of negativity for not liking this game. Ghost Recon Future Soldier is an absolute mess. Although this game received terrible reviews from critics and users on Metacritic, people decided to comment on my video, saying it is the best shooter ever made and spam my video with rage comments and dislikes. However, with a broken multiplayer and generic FPS mechanics, this game is definitely worth a pass. Number 3 is a game that ruined a great series. Saints Row 3 is not only overrated, but it is also disappointing and atrocious. If you take Saints Row 2 and take 90% of the content out, on top of adding way too much DLC that should be in the game, you get Saints Row 3. And you people who claim to be real gamers support this. The same people who say Call of Duty is the same game every year and that it is killing gaming by a half-baked piece of trash game. Number 2 is a game that people claim to be the greatest game of all time. Zelda Ocarina of Time for the N64 is a pretty bad game, but Nintendo fanboys eat it up. Major lack of voice acting. When voice acting was a major part of gaming back then, non-original gameplay and the constant re-release of the game makes it number 2 on my list. So, what could possibly be number 1? I am sure a lot of my viewers know it. Borderlands 2 is the single most overrated game ever. You fanboys tried to correct me when I said it looks like a PS2 game by saying it is cel-shaded. I don't care what you call it. The graphics are still bad. And not to mention that fanboys think a first-person shooter is an RPG la. Anyway, that was my first ever top 10 video. Keep disliking this video all you want, but leaving rage comments, flagging my videos, and of course, disliking my videos, proves your opposition to freedom of speech.